All right, this is episode 2 of the Grip Guys, and I brought Miss Marianne Hunter-Chance and Mr. Dolly Jean. Right? I'll never say it right except right now on videos. I'm glad I did it once. And of course, from Santa Maria, California, is Ricardo Magni. How's everyone today? Good. Yeah, doing good. We wanted to talk a little about what it's like to be Marianne and doing powerlifting and armlifting. Ricardo and I both have some questions for you today, and we'll kind of go from there. And Dolly is not only her coach, works with her at 24 Hour Fitness, but he also is one of the members of Team USA that went to APO Worlds last year in Russia. So we'll have some questions for him on what that experience is like. Then we'll get into the rankings and talk a little about the rankings for Armlifting USA. Those just got released today. They're up on the Armlifting USA website, and you can go there now and check them out and see if you're in the top 3. The top 3 Americans are going to get to go. They're going to get invites to go to Worlds next year in Russia. So we will keep that at the forefront of our broadcast every week and give you an update on who is currently in the top 3 and what you can do to get yourself in there as well. So Marianne, I had some questions today about why powerlifting? Well, what got you into powerlifting?
Well, actually, what started was I had a lot of pain in my knees, and my doctor recommended that I start lifting weights.
Okay.
And it's changed my whole life. I feel it's made me healthier, younger, and I love it. I love powerlifting. I love watching people lift. It's been a real fun ride.
It's great. How long ago did you start getting into powerlifting training?
4 years ago, and I lifted 5 pounds.
5 pounds. Cool. Were you doing a bench press or a deadlift? What were you doing? Just overhead?
Yeah. Like a couple of 3-pound dumbbells.
Okay, great. Okay,
so that was our baseline. 3-pound, 1 3-pound dumbbell on each hand was our baseline.
Right.
So from a pair of 3-pound dumbbells up to now, multiple like state and national records in powerlifting.
Right.
And if I can ask, what's your age currently? How old are you right now?
I am 79 and holding.
And holding. 79 and holding. That's great. Hold on tight.
Yeah.
And so you got into this when you were 75, basically, around that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's not
good math, Clay. Good math skills.
Hey, thanks. I have some scratch paper I'm writing down feverishly, like, whoa. So that's usually like a time people really get into powerlifting in their 70s. The conventional wisdom says, take it easy, maybe go for a walk and pick up the big dumbbells and do some of these for some reason, or do like an exercise class. But you chose resistance training and barbell training instead of just kind of sitting around waiting.
Right.
He says the world's watching. Well, how about give a shout out for Jeremiah, because he got you started, right?
Yeah, he did. He was my first trainer.
That's great. So was he over at 24 Hour Fitness?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you saw this hulking man, and you were like, "This is the guy I want."
Well, actually, Team SAS, Betsy McCarty is on our team, and we share grandchildren, so that's kind of interesting.
Nice.
And she's a great lifter too.
So Betsy, Team SAS she's talking about is Team SAS, Serious About Strength. Is that right?
Serious Strength.
Serious, yeah. And Dolly's kind of the mastermind and the coach of that. And he has 3 ladies. What are their ages? We have 79. How old is Betsy?
Betsy is 79 also.
79.
Right. Yeah. Like 6 months. I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
And Lou is the baby at 70 years old.
She just hit 70.
Yeah.
So 3 women in their 70s into powerlifting and armlifting training, thanks to Dolly here. And I mean, you have to really enjoy it. Tell me, how does it feel in the beginning when you were first getting into barbell training? Did you feel like you had enough guidance and enough education to kind of feel confident with the weights, or were you still like, I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt every time you walk into the gym?
I didn't think about being hurt, but I thought, I've never done this before. I had been, I had horses and had a trainer, and I rode things like that, but I had never been in a gym.
Yeah.
That was the first.
What were some of the things people said to you, your family, when they heard you were lifting weights?
They think it's wonderful.
They do?
They think it's fantastic.
I could see how that would be. Oh no, stop! You need to be careful. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
That's great. And so one of the things we put on our website that we're going to reveal this week is we announced we're going to be meeting with you, and we wanted to know if you think you are the strongest grandmother in the world, and if you think anybody in arm wrestling. Please say yes. You think you can? If we take you to a bar over downtown Santa Cruz, we'll find every grandma there.
Say yes.
Every grandma that's in a bar on a Sunday morning, we want to challenge them. Okay, she's being humble. The answer is
You're
yes.
not saying you don't need specialized training for that. Surely.
Hey,
Little
Clay, is that
arm wrestling folks.
Is that going to be an Armlifting USA fundraiser, a pay-per-view event?
We're going to get a GoFundMe for Marianne to hit the Pacific Avenue bars and
Nice.
hustle some people.
That's it.
Can I interject something quickly
Please.
here? Because when we started transitioning from just powerlifting to more arm lifting, was that contest with you and John McInnick and Ricardo. It was bicycle biking in San Jose. What was that like?
I was there.
15?
Yeah, you were there.
Oh, yeah. We just went to watch that year. And so Marianne was there and Lou was there and everybody was there. And we just went to watch that year. And then we started training, that whole year for the next year. So that's kind of how we transitioned over to some of that other kind of more specific grip stuff.
And that was your first contest, right? Your first foray into armlifting was the San Jose Fit Expo with these like strongman and John Anderson, who was more muscle than any other thing in his body. The microphone. What was that like being on all those hulking He-Men like me, like me. Maybe. And Ricardo was there too, and Ode.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Did you feel like you just fit right in, or was it kind of like you were a little of an outsider?
I always feel comfortable. In fact, I think I look better if I'm competing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Were you an athlete growing up?
No, I played field hockey.
Yeah. Was that through high school and college?
High school, and I rode horses.
Rode horses. That keeps you pretty physical too. That's pretty good. And Dolly, you got hooked up with her through being a trainer at 24-Hour Fitness. Right. And so was she the first one that you kind of came into contact with, or were you working with Betsy first?
I was working with Betsy before that. Yeah, and some other older women before Betsy. I think the big thing that prepared Marianne was when you worked at Jeremiah and you got more and more flexible. The first, remember we talked about doing certain kinds of stretches and things, and then once you got more flexible and we started doing more strength training, or actually started strength training, I should say, never done any of that.
But it changed your how you can drive a car, the fact you can look all the way behind you.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Absolutely. Yeah. So why did you choose barbell training and powerlifting training for these ladies when, like I said before, conventional wisdom would say, get them on the machines and just get them on a treadmill for half an hour every time? No,
the bottom line, I think, is what they say, teach what you know, right? Mm-hmm. This is what I've always done, what I'm comfortable with, what I know. But, we just try to be well-rounded strength, athletes, looking at it from a point of view of what these different tools can do for you. And you can get a little bit of benefits from machines, but in general, I don't think they're as effective as a lot of the other kind of work that we do, like some barbell work.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. Teach what you know.
Yeah, that's what what I've always done, and
it's working so far. How many competitions have you done between powerlifting and roses?
Four.
Yeah,
four.
Right.
And I have plaques and trophies from 4.
Do you have any state or world records in powerlifting?
Marianne has 2 California state records through WABDLA, World Association of Bench Pressers and Deadlifters, and 1 California state record for the bench press and 1 for the deadlift.
Okay. Yeah. What are some of your best gym lifts, best personal records?
I haven't all done it. I don't keep track of it.
You know, right? Yeah. This is why he's the coach. He keeps everything.
I'm no Ricardo. I don't have that encyclopedic. I did write it down.
Rain Man Cardo. Ricardo, who took 3rd place in the San Jose Fit Expo 2014? John McInnick by 14 points. He's really good. This is where we hang around.
So her California state record deadlift was 165.2.
165 deadlift.
Yeah, that's for the 75 to 79-year-olds, 165-pound weight class.
That's great.
Yeah, that's great. There you go.
Ricardo, do you have any questions for Marianne or for Dolly?
Yeah, in fact, I do, Marianne. What keeps you motivated to going back to the gym when, like Clay said, you could just be hanging out at the beach there in Santa Cruz? I mean, what keeps you motivated to get after it every day?
to be healthier and stronger and be able to do everything I wanted to do. You know, I don't always think about how old I am, but mainly how healthy I am.
Well, there you go.
That's a good way of putting it.
Great outlook. Great outlook.
You know, our mutual friend Old Haugen, I asked him several years ago when he turned, I think it was his 62nd or 63rd birthday. I said, "Oh, how old do you feel?" He goes, "Oh, I don't feel 62. I feel like I'm in my 30s." And so he actually says now in our broadcast, so we're doing the discussions and the microphone stuff, the emceeing at the contest. He's like, "Don't talk about how old I am. It's not about my age. It's about my strength." Would you feel that's a good way of putting it? Like, who cares how old I am? I'm here. I'm trying to get stronger.
Right.
Yeah.
He's very impressive.
He is.
He's got a sense of humor about it too. You know, it's like that last one that we were at. Well, the one we did in California Armlifting Championships, and when Oda was doing the moss wrestling, and I think he was joking, kind of groaning as he was getting down the floor. He says, "This is the hardest part."
No, that's true. That really is true.
Before you,
I think getting up off the floor is the hardest part, and maybe you're lucky and some huge Russian pulls you up and over, and you land on your feet. So Ricardo, any other questions for Marianne before we get into the discussion on the rankings?
I do. In fact, Marianne, when is the next time you're going to compete? For anyone who's interested in watching you in action, when is your next contest?
Our next competition in San Diego in October.
So the San Diego Fit Expo, right?
So we're going to vote.
King Kong and Brick.
We're going to do King Kong and Vice Grip. I can both of them.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you can come out to the San Diego Fitness Expo, go to the Vice Grip Viking Challenge. You can get your picture taken with Marianne. You can touch Dolly's cowboy hat, maybe if he likes to, and meet some really interesting folks from this weird little surf town who have worked together to change each other's lives, I'm sure. Anything else, Ricardo?
No, I'll obviously be there as well since I'm helping organize that contest. So I'll be very excited to see both of you there. And I hope you can bring more people from Santa Cruz with you, not just the two of you. Hopefully you can bring some more.
We'll try.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. So we'll have these folks hang out. We'll talk a little bit about the rankings. armliftingusa.com. We have the ranking system that we just put into place. And Ricardo, can you give a little more information on how those rankings are assembled?
Yeah, so we have a core of 3 events. So we have the Rolling Thunder, we have the Apollon's Axle double overhand deadlift, and then the Silver Bullet hold, Clay's favorite, because he's the world record holder.
Look at those forearms. Put your hands up again. Let's see those forearms. You got good lighting back there. Look at that. Oh, man.
There you go.
Whoa. All right. Easy. I'm seeing somebody, and we're engaged. Take it easy.
Okay.
Anyway. Go on.
It's no problem. Anyway, so the game plan is we rank these people, all the people who've done a competition in 2018, we've ranked them based on their percentages in the weight class. So, for example, we take all the people, say, in the super heavyweight weight class, and then we find out who has the top score, and then everyone else gets a percentage of that top score. So, since we have 3 events, the Rolling Thunder, the Axle, and the Silver Bullet, the maximum score you can get is 300 points. And so as a result, we have now a spreadsheet listing of all of the rankings. And Clay, why don't you tell the audience what we're going to do with those rankings once the calendar year ends?
Well, as the calendar year ends and we have our top 3 in each of the weight classes, those top 3 get invites to join Team USA at the APO World in St. Petersburg, Russia. So we'll take your totals that you've accumulated over the year. We work with the APL World Organization, the Armlifting Professional League, to get you invitations. We'll help you go through the process of getting the visa taken care of. You need to have your own passport, of course, and we'll set you up with the right visa office. But we want to bring home some medals from Russia. We want to bring a strong team out there, and the best way to do it is to find these athletes through the armlifting meets who can put together good scores on those standard events that are also going to be contested in Russia. They also have the Saxon Bar, the Excalibur, and the Iron Mine Hub. But the 3 that we're focusing on, the Rolling Thunder, the Axle, and the Silver Bullet, are the ones that we're kind of basing this off of. And so and we'll put this on our website, we'll put it in the broadcast here. flash it up in post-production, the rankings for the first set of rankings for our top 3 in each of the weight classes. Speaking of competitions and rankings, things like that, Ricardo, are you leaving for somewhere very important and very far away soon?
I am. On Wednesday, I drive to LAX, and I am flying to Finland to represent the red, white, and blue over in Finland at a huge arm lifting contest called the Bone Hill Grip Contest, put on by our mutual friend Arto Juronen.
And what are the events for that contest?
Well, there's 6 challenges at this one. It's going to be a long day there in Luumäki, Finland. The first event is the Dub Hub. So that's from Barrel Strain Systems. So the Dub Hub lifted to a 7.5-inch lift. In fact, for the viewers at home not familiar with the Dub Hub,
the millions of viewers watching.
That's right. When you're in the grip garage, everything is handy. So there it is, Dub Hub.
See what he did there? That's shame on you.
Oh, sorry, Clay. Second event is the Napalm's Nightmare 60 millimeter or 2 3/8 inch. And those first 2 events are last man standing, by the way. Third event is the Silver Bullet. You know something or two about that, Clay. So Silver Bullet is next. And then the 4th event is going to be the Finish Ball. And then the 5th event is going to be an 80 millimeter 2-handed pinch block. And the last event is an adjustable thick bar by David Horn, Holding for Time. And I happen to have that handy right here as well. It's 60 millimeters. Clay, you know a thing or two about this one since you just set the American record in my garage.
Yeah.
I see you, Dolly and Marianne.
So that's about
I
2.
haven't got to try that one yet.
That was
Yes. And yeah, so it's holding 264 pounds in one hand for time.
What's the
It's
diameter on that one?
Harder than it sounds.
60 mil. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you're going to be out there, and there's are these all schmucks competing, or would you say some of these are the best guys in Europe out there?
I think the best guys in the world. So there's 3 weight classes. There's a 181 class, a 231 class, and an unlimited class. So in my weight class, the 2 top guys besides me, I think, will be Joni Mahanen and Thomas Larson from Norway. Joni is from Finland. And then in the super heavyweight class, there's a number. I think there's people from 7 countries coming. But I think the top people in the super heavyweight class, since you're not going, Clay, are I think our host, Arto Juronen, is in fantastic shape.
Yeah.
Jesse Pignonian is the monster. Tommy Tuomi. And then I think the top guy in the world right now is Harry Tolinen. So it's going to be a battle, a huge battle for the titles in this contest. I'm very certain of that.
These Finnish guys, they are good. They are real good at the pinch events, and they're getting better at thick bar. They're figuring out the upper.
Did you see Arto on the section? What was that today? He did 120 kilograms today?
Yeah, he did 135 on the thick bar. That's well above the world record. No one's ever
held that. He hit that one. It was like a 120. Just held it.
Yeah, very, very strong pitch. Yeah.
Well, he also held 135, which is 297. He held that for 5 seconds, which is far above the world record. So
just can't imagine that.
Yeah, he's in good shape, obviously. I talked to him this morning on the phone. He said he's in very good health right now. So that's great to hear.
Right. Okay. And so since you're going to be out there, we thought we'd take the opportunity to do a nice international broadcast for the Grip Guys next week. You're going to try to wrangle up some of these incredible talents, maybe this Saturday evening after the competition, or perhaps Sunday morning when everyone's hungover. We'll work together on finding the best time for everybody. We're going to have you broadcasting live from Luumäki, Finland next week. Is that right? All right.
Yeah, I think, like I said, the guys mentioned they think Saturday night might be the best time because some of them are going to drive home after the contest, which may not be advised in my opinion. But yeah. So I think we'll do it Saturday night from a remote location. We'll be in contact, Clay, of course, to determine the times.
And then we're also working on getting an interview with Armlifting Professional League President Dmitry Suvorov. about the start of APL in Russia, why he thought it was so important to invest so much time and resources into a sport like armlifting, and the level of commitment that the other countries have shown and the support he's received from other countries to bring this sport to the forefront. We're really looking forward to talking to him as well. If you have suggestions on people we should interview, people high up in the sport, those are starting out, if you want to see us stop doing podcasts, reach out to us at thegripguys.net. My website's going live this week. You can hit thegripguys.net or gripguys.net, whichever you prefer. And we will happy to hear from you on who we should be interviewing. So we have Ricardo in Finland next week. Hopefully, Dimitri 2 weeks after that. We'll get some of these superstars of grip on the line, and we'll record these things and send them out your way. So everybody watching can get an idea of how some of the best in the world are training and hear about these stories. And we'll keep sending these updates out with the rankings and such.
Yeah, that sounds great, Clay. The other thing I would encourage people is it does not take much to run an arm lifting meet. If there's none in your area, they can certainly, Clay, they can reach out to you or me at Armlifting USA. Our email addresses are on the website. And Iron Mind, who I happen to be wearing the t-shirt of, they are willing to loan at no cost all the equipment needed to run a contest. So all you need is a group of people who are excited to lift, some idea of how to run a contest, and you can run one at a very low cost.
That's a great thing, because those barriers to entry about cost, you know, what axle costs me $100, the gripper, you know, you buy a whole set, it's another $250. You get a rolling thunder, those are $80, and a loading pit's another $30. You're looking at $300 right away, $400 in equipment, but Iron Mind's kind enough to let you borrow it. And then I think afterwards, if you want to keep it, they sell it to you either at a
reduced rate.
Yeah, at a reduced rate. That's great. So you get to build out your home gym a little bit, and you get to have the equipment you need to run an armlifting meet. And those axles, Super Bowl, and Rolling Thunder are all of our standardized events that we use to determine the rankings. So if you want to name on that list, you want to see where you are and bump yourself up. But some of these folks in the rankings don't have a score for one of those three disciplines. So maybe they are the best in the country, but they put 5 on the list because they don't have an axle done in the lifting meet.
Right.
So your chance to kind of get your name on the board and get your invite to your punch to Russia.
Yeah, and like you just said, it doesn't take much. All it takes is some initiative and some desire. Will help take care of a lot of the legwork. Many of the people in arm lifting have competed in powerlifting or strongman before, so they're familiar with the idea of what a lockout is, and they're familiar with the idea of how to run a contest. So this is a great opportunity for new people to get in on the beginning of a rapidly growing sport here in the United States.
Right. At the end of the broadcast here, I'll put up a screen of the upcoming events on Armlifting USA. See if there's one in the area you want to go to, and if there isn't, like Ricardo said, reach out to us, and we're happy to help you put one together in your gym. It doesn't have to be in a fancy gym or a facility. You can do it in a spacious garage. Go down to the YMCA and bring your implements with you. Doesn't matter. Just let's get this thing going for you and get these competitions running.
Yep.
Anything else you want to ask about this episode?
No, I'm obviously super excited, right, to lift this week. My training has been fantastic. I'm in great shape. I'm excited to represent Team USA over there in Finland and be the first American to compete there. So it's quite an honor to go over there, and very much looking forward to the trip.
Awesome.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so some of these other implements people are more familiar with, but I don't know if as many people have seen the finish ball. Do you happen to have a finish ball over there, Ricardo, that you could show us?
Yeah, but it's not handy right now. It's going to take me to get to right now.
Never mind.
Yeah.
The finish ball is about an inch and a quarter stainless steel ball mounted on a little steel square. And you pinch it like a key pinch and deadlift it. I think some of the best lifts are maybe only 30 kilos or so. Is that right, Ricardo?
Yeah, so the record right now in a contest is 40 kilos, and Arto will break that record for sure in the contest. So other guys may break it as well. I am not going to break that one. But I have improved, but it's a tricky lift for sure. It's very tricky.
Yeah. Dolly was asking what you anticipate being able to lift on a finish ball at the contest.
Well, Dolly, I want to go a little bit cryptic here. So
Okay, no worries. No worries. Be mysterious.
I imagine I will lift in excess of 30 kilos, but less than Arto's 40.
I'll change the topic. Is there going to be any kind of a stream, any kind of a live stream, otherwise from this contest?
Yes, Arto is working on the live stream. The one challenge for us in California is it's a 10-hour time difference.
Okay.
So I guess it's going to start at 9 a.m. So that would be at about 7. It would be about 11 p.m. No, at 7 p.m.
Okay. All right.
But yes, I will. If there's a live stream, I will make sure I post it, and I'll send it to Clay, and he can put it out there as well.
Awesome. For the one last thing that Ricardo mentioned, the kind of inside joke we had about being cryptic. This is kind of a combination of grip, obviously what we're doing, and cryptic. So kind of like being secretive with the weights that you're lifting. You know, you post a picture or a video online, and you know, how much weight is that? Oh, I can't tell you. It's very secretive. You're being cryptic.
Cryptic.
So it's kind of just a joke of Ricardo now being cryptic with his anticipated efforts in Finland. So best of luck. I hope you lift more than 30 kilos, but less than Arto, whatever number that is.
Yeah. Well, honestly, all three of you, I really believe I can set PRs on all 6 events, and I don't have any problem saying that on the air. I'm feeling very good right now. So unless there's some like total horrendous adaptation of Finland, I will be in very, very good shape for it.
Excellent. Well, good luck next week and have a safe flight. I hope it's an uneventful flight and you get some rest. Thank you, Marianne and Dolly, for joining us on the Grip Guys today.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming.
We'll look forward to seeing you next week in Finland, Ricardo, doing a live broadcast with some of the best guys in Finland and Germany and all across Europe. It's going to be really exciting.
Yes.